All right, there's a little addendum regarding what I shared in our last video about the study group. Really want to hone in on common material, because when you're not on the same page and people are bringing in all sorts of different materials, that could lead to confusion and trouble. So do you want to expand on that for us?
Sure, I'll take that. Phil and Roy in the LMS have provided all of the material that's needed. It gets very confusing when you go outside and you start leveraging content from other providers, if you will, that may or may not be recent material. It may not provide the same pulse that Phil's materials provide. One of the things that I truly appreciated about Phil was the fact that he keeps his finger on the pulse of what's going on with the project management arena all the way around, from the documentation and the material, just in time. I know I asked Phil a question one time and a day later there was a video on it, but also with keeping in touch with the people who've gone through his class and are taking the exams, and understanding how the exam is actually kind of laid out there for you. So it's important to stick with the material from the person that that you've worked with all this time, which is Phil and Roy. Praizion Media and that LMS, the details that's out there, the PM Essentials Guide that I wished I would have gotten to earlier. All of that content is more than enough to pass the exam. And I just personally think it's kind of a waste to go out and purchase anything else, or to bring that type of confusion into a study group. I mean, that's the main thing, right? You get accustomed to a certain format of information, whether it be the common language that you're using, Phil and Roy, whether it be the common writing style, the responses and how the responses are laid out. You get used to all of those things. And when you bring in something different and the other students don't have that material, it throws all of that off, and it brings in more confusion, because then you're trying to match up these particular aspects of the material. So for that reason, I say stick to the LMS and all of the materials that are provided through Praizion Media.
Thank you, Chandra. That's a brilliant point, and not just for our groups, but other groups where you have people bringing in so many disparate materials. Probably not a good thing, because like you said, it's only going to lead to confusion, and then you're trying to match, and then it's just not good. So I think that is a real huge point as to why you folks succeeded, right?
Yes, we constantly, and I'll let April and Solange speak.
I think it really is an amazing point. I think I had said this in a prior video, is by the time we had taken the test, if I could have, what's that saying, the hindsight was 2020, but if the PMP version of me could have gone back to the pre-PMP version to say, all right, self, you really have everything in the LMS, the classes, the courses, you've got this. It really would have been, trust me to say that saving all that time and energy, having to read outside material, you've got everything with the LMS, the classes, the courses, your team, really, you're set up for success.
Thank you.
Truly.
Thank you for that, April.
Agree, totally agree.
Thank you, Solange. Thanks once again. We're trying to help groups, people trying to get together to study for the PMP. Watch our first video and then balance that up with what our friends have shared here. Again, thank you all very much, and talk to you soon.